Hello everyone, Bard Ken here. Today we're going to be talking about bentos. A bento is a single-serve transportable meal, usually placed inside of a disposable container or a washable box. And in Japanese culture, children and employees often bring it to them to work or school. Bentos came originally from common use in outdoor excursions and theaters, and what would happen is you can't really bring food with you when you're going out to work outside, so what you do is you would bring a bento box or a bento container and you'd eat your lunch there. And during theater, it wasn't really possible to eat in between acts. However, if you have a small packed box which you could tuck out of the way during intermission, which is the approximate middle bit of the play, you could sit somewhere quiet, eat your lunch, and not be in anyone's way. The concept of the bento box is very old, and after it became common to use in outdoors and theaters, eventually they started selling them in train stations when trains became predominant in Japan. They called those ekiben, and those you could just buy, and you get off a train or you get on a train and you purchase a bento box which had all the foods of that particular region within it. So I have a bento box here. And if you take a look at it, you can see it's not really that big. It's only about as long as my hand, about as tall as my palm, and only about as thick as my palm as well. So, my bento box has a caricature on it. Some bento boxes are really simple, some are very professional, and men will take professional ones, and children like the caricatures. I like the caricatures because I'm only 19, and caricatures are cute. And, this bento box has a little red ribbon around it to hold it shut. It's just an elastic band, and the reason why that's there is that the bento box can't keep itself shut on its own. So if I take this ribbon off, it just comes right apart. There's no locking mechanism whatsoever. So this bento box, you can see it's very tall. What's inside is there are multiple compartments, so if I remove the top, that's all there is to it. There are two compartments here. So you see, this one rests on top of this compartment, and inside is another empty space. So what I would do is I just put a sandwich or something in here, and then I can remove this top lid, and I have more room. So the multiple compartments are nice, so you can keep different foods separated, and you have different types of foods. And in modern bentos, the general rule for making a good balanced meal for a bento, so if you're going to pack a lunch for your child to take to school, or your husband or wife to take to work, or for yourself, the recommended ratio is 1 to 1 to 2 in the order of carbohydrates 1, protein 1, and then vegetables 2. So bento boxes, they're really nice because they're really small boxes. You can fit a lot of food into a very tiny space. They're incredibly convenient, and that's the entire purpose of a bento, is to be convenient. So everything I said before about health and ratio, ignore all that and just pack whatever you want. Be careful with what you pack, though, because if you put hot foods with foods that need to stay cold, you can't really do that. Or with cold foods and foods that need to stay hot, you can't really do that. So you do have to do a bit of thought when you're making a bento. I'd recommend just whatever you would put in a standard lunchbox or a lunch bag for school. That's what I would put in a bento. It's a convenient food. It's meant to be easy to move around and easy to eat and easy to use. So that was my rant about bentos. I hope you enjoyed it, and I'll be leaving some links in the description so you can read more about bentos if you want to look into it some more. There's quite a bit of information that I didn't really cover because there's just way too much to talk about bentos. There's a lot of history involving them and various types of ways to make things and make it look cool, make it look cute, or to make children eat their vegetables because you can make it look really decorative and pretty. So that was fun. These are bentos. I hope you guys decide to go ahead and maybe try getting one on your own, making one on your own. They're a lot of fun. So go ahead and leave a like, subscribe if you're not, follow me on Twitter, whatever you like to do. This was the Bard Ken. Have a nice day.